Okay, so this week we're taking a look at some dead bug variations. This version of the dead bug, we're using the Swiss ball as some assistance to the exercise. What we're able to do here is on the diagonal, we're able to create a little bit of pressure into the ball, which helps to maintain the core and spine stability that we're after with these exercises. The main thing we're trying to do here with these dead bug exercises is extend both arm and leg, but maintain a neutral spine while we do that, with a drawn in TVA activation over the top. So not only do we want to make sure that the spine isn't moving as the load is transferred away from the center of the core, we want to make sure we don't get that doming effect around the belly button area where the core is pushing out. The exercise is then being challenged mostly through the outer unit, where we want to keep an inner unit and an outer unit brace over the top to maintain that spinal stability. Okay, version 2, we're looking at the band assisted dead bug. Here obviously we're only doing the lower portion of the dead bug exercise, but what we want to make sure is while we're holding the band, we have enough tension on the band that I'm not just holding my hands in space there, I am actually mildly pulling my arms towards my feet, and I am holding a slightly protracted shoulder position so that I have and am getting a fair bit of tension through the upper abdominals, and just using those upper abdominal muscles to really hold the rib cage down and in position. So I've got an isometric going on in the upper body. The main take home that I'd like to point out with all of these dead bug variations is that you must work at the range of motion level that your spine and core are capable of stabilizing. So obviously as the arm and the legs are taken away from the core, the load on those core muscles increases. So for a lot of people, it's not about getting the foot all the way to the floor, it's just about working in that range of motion that you can stabilize without the belly button pushing out. Okay, moving on to variation 3. Here I am doing it unassisted. This was actually my first set on this particular day when I was filming. Here I've just got my hands on my lower abdominals and just making sure my belly button is not pushing out. Just really focusing on where my range of motion, what limit I can take it to for this particular set. Just going through the motion of alternating from side to side and bracing hard. I've got a isometric contraction in my upper abdominals because I'm trying to really work on the strength of those muscles that hold the rib cage down under extension forces. So the tongue is on the roof of the mouth, the chin is tucked in, and I'm just, like I said, just making sure that spine is staying nice and neutral as I alternate sides. Okay, so version 4 of the exercise is the complete dead bug in its full flight. I've added a little bit of weight to the upper body just to balance that weight of the upper body of the arms and the legs out just a tiny bit. It just makes for a smoother movement. We want the tempo and the movement of the leg and the arm to be fairly similar, if not perfect, if we can. So as they begin to extend, it should happen at the same time, and they should reach the floor pretty much the same as well, because you're not only working on extension forces doing the dead bugs, there is a lateral rotation component. So ideally you want that sling of the body being challenged relatively evenly across the body. So that's the dead bug, guys, and a few variations of. Let us know how you go with it. Cheers.